Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Love to Life Tarot. This is Nikki, and this is for Aries. Hey, Aries, how you doing? Hey, Aries, how you doing? Aries, it's going to be your monthly April reading. Like, subscribe, share. You comment below and let me know if this resonates with you, Bookie Bear. Also, Aries, happy birthday. All right. So, and hopefully you enjoy yourself, okay? Relax, Aries, relax. All right. I feel like some stuff coming up, and you're going to need to relax because you're going to have to be doing a lot. So take in a little time to relax now. Aries, what? Uh, you may got some good stuff going on, Aries, because I heard when I meditated on the cards, um, it's very clear that changes are happening. It may be clear to you. It may be looking like things are clear to people on the outside that are around you. Now, this could be, I don't know if this for better or for worse. I can't say for worse because I just look at everything that, change is something that we avoid. And I say that myself. So, whatever this change is, is to build you or to move you from a place that possibly you've been at for a while and possibly stuck at. So, we're going to try to look at it both ways. I don't know whichever way this is. I heard there will be signs. You know how you see the memes online where somebody come into a lot of money or win the lottery. They may not open their mouth, but then they get to posting new cars and them looking at houses and stuff. So there will be signs, all right? Aries, I don't want to talk your ear off. I want to do these monthlies with a I'm gonna do your monthly reading, but very quickly, I just want to do what I call bottoms up, like a reading that I made up. That I'm gonna shuffle these cards: the Love Oracle cards, the Beginner's Tarot deck, and the Light Seer deck is the cards that I'm going to use. I'm going to shuffle those cards as well as give you an index card, and then this is going to be like the energy that I'm gonna quickly go over with you to kind of before I dive off into the monthly. Okay? All right. It'll just give me a bigger, what is this? The Five of Pentacles. So you may be dealing with financial situations, maybe work related. You may be dealing with hurt feelings between you and another individual, You may be dealing with some self things, all right? So let's just see. So in the bottom, child, don't do that. Aries bottoms up. What we got for April for Aries bottoms up. And then I'm just going to flip. That's it. I've already shuffled these cards as well. Shuffle it again. Alright. Now, bottoms up, bottoms up. Okay. Bottoms up. Broken. Broken, shattered, heartbroken. What? Shattered, heartbroken, or destroyed. So that's just like that Five of Pentacles to me. So once again, you may be looking yourself in the mirror and recognizing that you are beautiful, okay? You may be dealing with situations that you may have thought someone was loyal to you. Certain situations, all right? Thinking about moving away from situations, I'm getting that energy may be a bittersweet type of moment, all right? Ace of Swords, all right? You may be dealing with some truths that may be coming out, clarity on things. You may, after taking time and speculation on which direction you want to go or things that you want to do, you may have now know what it is that you want to do. And this may be causing conflict between you and another person. Some, I feel like this is an action that has to take place based off of circumstances, okay? And you can sit here and wallow off into it and lie to yourself, or you would know what's going on, Ace of Swords, and kind of deal with this broken situation that, head on, okay? All right. Bottom of the deck, Four Swords. That's where I was getting that energy. Some of my areas you may be reflecting on circumstances or situations. I do get that energy because I look at that heart there is like the Three of Swords. You may need some time and rest, like I was telling you, before you can move towards handling the situation. So that's pretty much what I felt. So yeah. All right, so let's go, Aries. Okay, I'm gonna try to make things quick. All right. Okay. Child, that Four Swords pop right on back out. This may be a suggestion, like you've been doing a lot. I get that energy, okay? All right. And, Sometimes I do get the energy where in that time we reflect and we stay on a particular subject that has hurt us or a circumstance, you know? So I feel like God and Spirit is telling Aries to move through a situation. Easier said than done, I know. But you know how you've been feeling at the place that you've been at. Okay? And some, if it's a love situation, y'all trying to move forward. Y'all trying to heal things. I do get that energy because somebody wanted. I'm gonna say you flip that thing. I don't know. It's hard for somebody else. I don't know if the other person feel the same way, or I don't know if um, a move may have to take place. I don't know if it's trust issues there. I do get some of that going on. I do get in some circumstance with some of my Aries. I say a whole lot of you flip it if it ain't you. If this is a love situation, you really hopeful about something, but you kind of still got your guard up because of situations of the past, because of the way this person has been. And you may have gave this person chance after chance, but you still trying to be, that person to stay loyal, even though that loyalty was questionable between you and another individual, okay? All right, okay. So, you may get times where you sit back and think about it, but you know in your mind, like, if you in it, you in it. And if you ain't, you need to release and let go. And that heartbroken, shattered may be for some of my Aries that this may affect another person, right? But I feel like during this time, when you look at the Ace of Swords and the truth about the matter, when you really stare yourself in the mirror on something, I get that you are trying to move from out that space that you do stuff for other people. You understand? In the process, you feeling a certain type of way, and then you don't get that same energy in return. So I get you pushing through energy of trying to look at things that's better for you. And if somebody may not like that, then that's just them. Okay? But right now, this is a you thing for whatever this is that you have to do coming up. Okay? Or whatever this is you're working on. Bottom of the deck, you got the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles has clarity. You're independent. Maybe you're breaking free to your independence. Maybe you're looking at this singlehood that may be up for grabs, this possibility of something. I feel like this person is confident and this person is self-loving, self-nurturing. This person is focusing on doing things for themselves, building, whether it be wealth or whatever this action is that is going to have to take to push through a particular circumstance that I do feel like the Aries is going through. Now, this may be a job, is growing, or a job is moving, or you're switching over to another field that may have you doing something totally different that you've really been sitting back thinking of. I'm going to leave these flipped over till I get there. Let's go. You got the Nine of Wands, the Three of Cups, and the Temperance card. You could be dealing with the sign of Sag. I do feel like starting off in April, this is that person who's been through a lot, but this is that person also who will refuse to give up, even though you may have been through some things. So some of my Aries, like I said, I don't know if whatever you have to deal with is something hard, or is this anxious feeling where it's going to be for the better, and you may be trying to rush things and you so ready, and it's some work that's going to have to be put into before you can kind of get settled off into this place. So we going to see. Some of my other Aries, like I said, you may be setting boundaries now between you and another individual. You may be standing in a situation differently when it comes to you reuniting with another individual, hence this Three of Cups. It could be a friend, it could be a family member, it could be a lover, it could just be boundaries that you're setting up within. Some of my other Aries, you have been around individuals that wasn't good for you, is the energy that I feel. So going forward, you may be setting boundaries and cutting ties with individuals of the past, looking at that and trying to move towards people who are loving and kind and who could kind of bring you up instead of talking against you, is the energy that I do feel. So I do get that energy. Whatever it is, the Temperance card is here for you trying to manifest things into your life. It's going to have to take action in you to have to put forward. So we may see the Magician card out here. Also, the Temperance card is about you maybe on this spiritual path. I also look at these things here on this Temperance card. It's like the Two of Pentacles. Like you may have been walling through some things for a while, trying to, make you, I don't know, balance it out, like trying to juggle a few things. And I feel like some of my Aries, some of those things you realize that it was too much and it was weighing heavy on you and you ain't have to carry that. Some of my other Aries, I feel like this is a decision that you was trying to make and you may be still at that place. Some of my other Aries, you in between, whatever this circumstance, if you trying to build between you and another person, you trying to be hopeful, you may have a certain outlook on it. And it's requiring for you to have patience at this time, okay? All right, or somebody to have patience with you. In the middle of the month, you have the Five of Pentacles, the Empress card, and the Ten of Wands, all right? So the Ten of Wands, you could be moving. Ten of Wands is about you may be carrying things, that you may be wallowing in, that God and Spirit is telling you to try to move past. I understand pushing through them, but don't hold on to them because this is the energy that it gives you. It may be a financial situation that you are going through that you may have to move and rebuild this sort of foundation. The Empress is someone who builds abundance, who is looking for a divine partner. She ain't looking. She's standing still doing what she got to do, and that's the difference. But if a divine partner will come her way, it would have to be the Empress, someone stable, someone consistent, someone that wants to build, someone that wants to grow with this individual. And I feel like that's the energy that Aries has. Now, for some of my Aries, you are dealing with an individual that hope that you two could build this. But for some reason, somebody don't see that emperor in a person. So you either keep dealing with the person for whatever reason, because there are signs that this is not growing, okay? And y'all may talk about it, but somebody ain't breaking free and moving, I get this energy. You may not even want them to touch you. You see how this person look? I don't know why I get that energy, okay? Like, and listen, I don't want to go down, but I know the feeling. If you the Aries and you going through some Five of Pentacles right now, you probably don't want no motherfucking body hunching on you. So I get that, especially if a person is not being beneficial to you at this moment. Meaning if they not helping the situation in whatever way they can. And I ain't saying just only through financially, but don't be putting more burdens on me and we arguing because we don't want to hunch. And you know what I'm saying? I'm hearing a whole lot of that, okay? Which make you be like, I think I need to be here. That's that Two of Pentacles that I was feeling with the Temperance card, all right? Some of my Aries, you okay. And I feel like you at this place of the unknown, hence the moon card. And something can go either way. And I feel like this is kind of weighing heavy on you until you like settle. This the energy, okay? You got the Three of Wands, all right, at the end of the month. The Eight of Wands, yes, I feel like that movement. And then Star card, okay? The Star card is about healing. Something needs to be healed, all right? I get the Five of Pentacles heavy, and that may be within, and that may be what you're working on. Some of my Aries, it may be a conversation that you are willing to open up to have between you and another person. But I knew that one thing was for sure, that some movement had to take place and you kind of gearing up to do that in whatever direction it is, okay? After it's been time or wait or it's been distance between you and another person. Some of my Aries, you could just be moving in together. Some of my Aries, you could be moving in together and you don't want to. I don't know why I'm saying that. Listen, don't do something you don't want to do, but I know somebody may be doing something they have to do. I got it. Okay, I understand. All right, Nine of Wands. Let's see here. So you basically, pushing through. You may be stepping back, and feeling like you need some time to yourself. To heal yourself, to gather yourself, to work on yourself, to build things for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like take the time that you need if you need to. All right, let's do Nine of Wands. The Six of Wands. Yes, whatever this is coming out the gate, I feel like whatever is hard, that's why I felt that hard energy from that Ace of Swords. Whatever this is, you ready to tackle it. And some you have to tackle it is the energy, but you confident that you know that you willing to press forward because you don't have no other choice but to lay down, and you're not about to do that, okay? So I get that energy. Six of Wands is this person coming back from a war, and sometimes in the Six of Wands, in the Rider Waite Tarot deck, it's an onlooker in the background looking like they don't like the way this person is moving. You know, you may have some envious people around you. You may have some envious situations. Some of my other Aries, you are trying to remove yourself from worrying and being at that place that you and another issue can't be back on track or working out again, okay, or pushing forward. Some, I do feel this sense of anxiousness, yeah, but you know that things are going to work out because you may be at this space of moving forward. You know what I'm saying? And this will cause a change, which will be good. All right. Let's do the Three of Cups and the Temperance card. Mm. Remember I said those type of people, right? So you got the Five of Swords, right? So I already knew whatever this energy is between you and another person, or Aries just taking in the type of individuals that's around them. I got energy of like someone doing Five of Sword things, you know, causing conflictual energies when you really want, you know, this type of connection between you and another individual. You want that loyalty and know someone got your back. You may be dealing with a Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer is the energy, but I feel like the way that you trying to look at things is in this good way. Like the way that the King of Cups moves is like this person knows what they feel. So somebody may not be being truthful to you, being honest, and it may need to be some truth and some honesty spoken. Remember I said when it come to you and another individual on how somebody really feel underneath, okay, when it comes to a situation. But for the most part, I do get some of my Aries is trying to handle situations in love. If not, this is a suggestion for you to do in order to move you away from these conflictual energies and at a place where you can handle what may come in. See, the King of Cups is emotionally balanced throughout whatever it is that he goes through. And that's how the Queen of Cups handles situations too. So this is also a place that I do get that Aries is in, because you know if you're going through situations that may be triggering or hard or circumstances, you know that this is the person that I said that will work through them. That you're not just gonna lay down. You know you got to handle situations, blah blah blah. Okay, in a manner where you don't lose your head. Lord have mercy. Temperance card. Five of Wands and the Ten of Cups. This could be marriage situations, family situations. This is the energy that I got for some that you at a place that you don't know if this has been moved permanently. So, you know what I'm saying? You love a person, but you can't trust them, or shit always pop up, or you don't know. If this is something of the past, don't bring it and carry it over to situations of something different, because I feel like for some of my Aries, you do have a different circumstance around. Some of my other Aries, you know that a situation is not going to work, and I say a whole lot of you because of certain things that an individual does that dips into a certain particular person's character that you know you're not going to be able to deal with. And I say a whole lot of you. Some, I just feel like this is, you know, you choosing happiness, and you kind of get in your head about can you be there, you know. Some, if you have a move, these are the conflictual things that you are going through before this sense of happy home foundation can be, you know, about again, you know. And some, it may not be conflictual, it's just that you are gearing up to make that change to do that, and it may be anxious and stuff. So that's that energy. All right. Okay. So let me clarify the Five of Pentacles, honey. The Page of Pentacles. You learning lessons. I do get that. And I do see where you're at now. And that's the way, that's the reason why you could be at a King of Cups with a certain circumstance, even though mistakes was made. Some of my other Aries, this is a money situation. Like I said, you trying to figure out how to bring forth money for a certain circumstance, or just period, okay? Some I do get a person, and this ain't to down nobody because, honey, everybody has done it. You have had the amount of money, a certain amount of money, and now you kind of at a bind or at a place, and you looking at things now, and you learning that in the future, when you do become this, because we're gonna speak it off into existence, that you know how to handle situations in the future, right? So it ain't to wallow and keep, redoing. What's done is done. And if you're at your place right now, then right now you need to utilize that energy to look at things on how you gonna press forward, okay? Because that's just what it is from some, all right? Let's do the Ten of Wands. Three of Cups. All right. So this could be a reunion of some sort. Like I said up here, we already got the Three of Cups. This could be friendships. This you building happiness or moving towards people. Like I said, that's there to that has the same energy. That's there to help or that's not there to hinder. People that is there to build you and lift you. Those type of individuals. And some this is just you walking off into things that make you happy. All right. Okay. Something revisiting a situation, like I said, for you two to kind of push back together is hard. But you can't walk in holding things and expecting to be at the Three of Cups place. You got the Three of Wands and the Eight of Wands, the Tower. Yes, this change is coming in. Boom. I feel like this is what's happening in the future, and this is the gear up. That's why you can't stay at a place. This person knows that it's time to expand, and that may be at a place that you at. You may be expanding and stuff may be, going good, and you may be dealing with some residual energies of things and your circumstances around you before you can kind of get to the place. You are looking for changes to come in for those who are dealing with an individual, all right? And then some is this change within that you're working on. All right. Star card, and you may have to move. That's that Tower card too. Ooh. Seven of Swords, the Justice card, and the Queen of Wands. Put it in a place I already talked your ear off. The Justice card is about cause and effect. Some of those areas, like I said, well, that's why I went off into the lesson that was being learned. You can't dive off into it. You know why you at the place that you at. Some I feel like it's you're just trying to strategize to move forward. Okay, you kind of being cautious is something that I feel like is something that is being suggested. Don't move towards things in a hasty way, but go ahead and I feel like if you working on something, or I don't know if you moving, or don't just jump on the first house. You understand? Like look and really look off into things. And I know that you may be needing something right now, whatever this is you're trying to change or build or something, but don't do the very first thing is the energy that I feel. All right. So just step back, because I know sometimes people can be in a rush, or they can be like at a place of not desperation. I've been there, and I don't want to say that word, but just where you really need it, so you kind of hop on something. I get, don't do that, okay? All right, because something better will come along. Some I feel like this is the energy and the effort that that you really have to gear up to put off into a situation. But the Queen of Wands don't fear anything. She does what she have to do, and she move forward in that manner, okay? Even if circumstances are a bit sketchy, I do get that, okay? Some of my other Aries, if you're dealing with a situation, no, don't be lying to yourself about whether or not you really want to be with an individual. Be honest, be open, and I'm saying you, but flip it, and I feel like it'll work out better for you in the end. Some, if you're with a situation, and I don't want to keep talking your ear off, and you two are trying to work on being together, and it's been some Seven of Swords energy, just be honest that why this weight is here, why you may not be wanting the motherfucker to touch on you right now, telling you at a place of healing. It ain't that you don't want to work on this, but this is where things at. Love Oracle cards. Confessions, unveiling, coming clean, and messages. Okay, so we already talked about that. All right, that just whole spiel is one example of what I just felt. Chemistry, attraction, spark, and passion. For some, this may be missing, okay? And tell the reason why. Maybe this will make things better if you really want this to work. Some, you ain't got that between you and somebody. And that's the reason why you don't want nobody to touch you, because you really don't like them. And release them and let them free. now you're trying to push towards, for some of my Aries, and things that you desire. That's also that Queen of Wands, because you're not going to be worried about other circumstances, and it's kind of scary. Chasing, pursuit, toxicity, and resilience. You don't want to be a part of that. I ain't gonna give you no long spiel. All right, let me give you an index card, honey. How you like your reading, honey? Thank you, Aries, honey. Now you know you're wrong for that. Okay, I'm sorry, Jesus. Get along well, right? Okay, you want somebody like that. Good vibrations. That's that energy that I keep feeling with the Three of Cups. All right, you looking for that. Love don't hurt. Aries is realizing that. And you got your money on your mind. I do get a strong sense of that. Okay. All right, Aries. All situations will be well. Just keep putting in work. Understand this is a moment in time. And yeah, I love you lots. Happy birthday.